Good evening, Graham Rawlins with our midweek edition of News Geelong. The Australian Surfing Hall of Fame welcomed a new member with the induction of local Jan Juc identity Ross Clark-Jones this week. The Bowen water propagation of Indigenous plants for planting across our region is another fine example of community involvement. And from the world of Geelong sport, Mitch Scoop Cleary will speak with Australian and international marathon runner Lee Troop, and from the Geelong Cats, Dale Amos. While from the weather world, we'll update you on the Geelong and Surf Coast area weather forecast expected over the next 6 days. Facts on obesity. 1. Regardless of the measuring method used, approximately 60% of the population exceeds recommended thresholds for healthy body composition. And 2. There is a greater prevalence of obesity in women than men. Debbie Meaney has more.
No matter which way you look at it, over 60% of us are either overweight or obese. I spoke with Associate Professor Julie Pascoe here at Bowen Health and explaining about the study they've been involved in.
Despite all the public health messages about the problems associated with being overweight, our study has shown that obesity rates are actually increasing still. And our findings illustrate how widespread this problem is, with about 60% of adults in this region being classified as overweight or obese.
And how is that classified? Are we talking about body mass index?
Well, we've measured in two ways and we've found similar findings. The body mass index is a value of height corrected for weight, and that's indicative of how obese someone is. We've also used the waist circumference measurement, and using either method, we find that 60% is overweight or obese.
And does that seem to be increasing as time goes on?
Yes, unfortunately the rates have risen since the turn of this century. So over the last decade or so, rates have risen by about 25%.
And because of these increases, I'm imagining that the health risks associated with being obese are also increasing?
Yes, and this is what's so alarming, because obesity increases the risk for metabolic disorders such as diabetes and cardiovascular disease. So that's why it's important to try and reduce the rates of obesity in the community.
At Bowen Health, this is Debbie Meaney for News Geelong.
Thank you, Debbie. 2 new synthetic grass soccer pitches will be used on a weekly basis by the local Geelong's Big Issues Community Street Soccer program, as Meryl Friend reports.
2 soccer pitches are here at the Leisure Time Centre in Corio, and they're able to be used for the street soccer program for the Big Issue.
This is a partnership program between the City of Greater Geelong and the Big Issue. Big Issue also secured money from the state and federal governments. The city tipped in about $25,000 towards this project here at the Leisure Time Centre, so it's one of our facilities. It's been a great initiative. It's attracted over 4,000 people nationally as a program, and it helps people who have issues such as drug and alcohol dependency, homelessness or mental issues. So they come here and they play soccer against each other. They have a great time. They've now got a much more professional place to do it.
We're standing in the brand new soccer pitches, but they have got a multi-purpose use. They are soccer pitches that they can also be used as netball pitches. They've been netball courts, I should say. They're lined marked so the girls can come on here and play. And talking to Foddy, who is very passionate and was someone instrumental in making this happen, he's very keen to get some big issue netball comps going. So look out for that.
And it's not only about the Big Issue people, it's for everyone in the whole community.
Absolutely. This asset just, it builds on what we've already got here at the Leisure Time Centre with badminton courts, basketball courts, squash courts, and it is a community use. Like I've already heard that school competitions and those, there's people interested. So school comps, young people from the fort can come over, and we've got some young people from McKillop Family Services that come and use the space too. So it's a huge coup for the north, but it's fantastic that street soccer finally have a home that they don't have to pack up and move with them.
Look, what this is about is people that are having a hard time. It doesn't matter where they're from, they're all ability people. Just somewhere you can come down for a couple of hours and forget about all your troubles and just have a kick. We may start a netball one to encourage more ladies, but the idea is for outcomes, we like to see people come here and actually get better on in life. That's the whole purpose of it. So it's not really about the football or the netball.
From the Leisure Time Centre in Corio, Meryl Friend, News Geelong.
Thank you, Meryl. For almost 30 years, Jan Juc big wave legend Ross Clarke-Jones has forged a reputation as a fearless charger who shows no signs of slowing down, riding the biggest waves around the world. Debbie Meaney reports.
Jan Juc big wave surfer Ross Clarke-Jones was inducted into the Australian Surfing Hall of Fame recently. I caught up with him here at his house about just how he managed to be inducted into the Hall of Fame.
I mean, I was quite surprised and taken back when they actually rang me a week before the actual award and said, "You've been inducted." And I was like, "Oh, what does that mean?" It's like, "Is it a big deal?" And he's like, "You should be really happy about it." And I'm like, "Yeah, I wasn't quite sure." But then I looked at the list of people. They're all world champions, like Tom Carroll, Barton Lynch, Simon Anderson, who invented the thruster, and Wayne Lynch, who's like a famous legend from down here in Victoria. Albie Falzon, famous filmmaker. Doug Warbrick, who started Rip Curl. There's a list of people that I was like, wow, I'm part of that group now, and it was really cool. Then I thought about who's not on there that I respect so much, and I was very humbled.
Yeah. So how long have you been surfing?
I've been surfing since I was 11 years old, and I'm now apparently 45. But I feel, in my 20s, 30s, I'm still having a lot of fun doing it.
And you get out every day?
I wouldn't say every day, but I like to be near the ocean every day, if not swimming or paddling or doing something near the water.
Yeah.
But I don't have to surf every day.
So your induction, was that mainly because of your big wave surfing?
I think it's my contribution to big wave surfing over the last 30 years, or 20, 25 years. Winning the Eddie Aikau, being the first non-Hawaiian to win that. It's a Hawaiian event. And doing films with Tom Carroll, Storm Surfers, which we've been doing for the last 8 years. And it's all about, not promoting big wave surfing, but been involved with it, and it's getting it out to the mainstream audience as well, which is very difficult to get to surfing out to the mainstream because they sort of don't get it. But when they see big waves, it captures everyone's imagination and gets a hold of them. So
is that what keeps you going, the excitement, the adrenaline of the wave? I mean, it must take a different step up to be able to do big wave surfing.
Yeah, there's different levels, I guess. There's there's this surf. I mean, it's probably the same feeling everybody gets from someone their first time they stand up. You just see the kids standing up, or older people who get to stand up. You see the lessons around Torquay. People are just beginning. It's that same vibrant smile and excitement and fulfilment from surfing. My level's another level, maybe like race car driving. When you ride some big waves, it's very exciting stuff, and it lasts for years. I mean, a good big wave can last for many years. The excitement from it.
In Jan Juc, this is Debbie Meaney for News Geelong.
Thank you, Debbie. As we go to a break on this midweek edition of News Geelong, don't forget you can Twitter us on our Twitter account @NewsGeelong31 with your thoughts and comments. We'll return with more news after this.